Okay, so this is another crushing defeat for the Ohio State Buckeyes as they lose 30-24 to the Michigan Wolverines in the game, right? One of the greatest, if not the greatest rivalry of all time. And listen, being an Oklahoma fan that watches the Red River rivalry every year, I'll tell you, from what I've seen on TV, there's nothing that lives up to Michigan and Ohio State. It's a game that I want to be able to go experience before one day that, hey, maybe I'm not on this earth anymore. But listen, this was a game that Ohio State and Ryan Day, they needed to come in here and win. And a lot of people will tell you that if Ohio State lost this game again, Ryan Day's ass would be on the hot seat. And yeah, from what I've already seen out of Ohio State fans, it's true. Ryan Day losing to Michigan not only just 3 times, but 3 straight times. Ohio State fans are going to be a little on edge about the future of this Ohio State football program because now you have a Jim Harbaugh and the Michigan Wolverines that are absolutely rolling on the field, and they're also rolling on the recruiting trail too. So the question is, what's Ohio State do next? And I want to start off by saying this. I know about all of the cheating, sign stealing, and everything else that everybody's going to throw around. Here's the deal. That gets thrown out the door now. It doesn't matter because all Michigan did was just show you, yeah, we're going to beat you without our head coach. Oh, and by the way, we don't need to steal your signs to beat you because we are more physical, we are more athletic, and we are going to play a style of ball that nobody else plays, and we're going to beat you with it. And I was talking to, if some of you watch my show, you're familiar with Jay over at Unfair Sports about it this morning. And I said, there's a good chance you see Michigan just do what they did the past 2 years. And they're just going to pound that rock until they wear Ohio State down. And then it's going to be an absolute bloodbath. Now, we didn't see the onslaught that we saw last year, but you did see at one point Michigan, listen, they were just moving the ball and they were doing whatever they wanted. So Ohio State, they have the number 2 recruiting class in the 2024 class. We have 5 5-stars, 14 4-stars, and 4 3-stars, and they have a 305.08 composite score. And if Ryan Day, there's been a lot of talk that he might go be the next head coach at the Texas A&M Aggies. And after this loss today, you imagine that's only going to heat up. And if you're an Ohio State fan, you now wonder, who do we turn to? Do we hire Brian Hartline if Ryan Day is fired? And is that enough to hold the number 2 recruiting class in the country and hopefully get back on track next year against Michigan? I look at it, and Ohio State, you outgained Michigan in total yards, 378 to Michigan's 338. You had 2 turnovers, though, 2 crucial turnovers. You had 21 first downs compared to Michigan's 18. But Michigan did what most teams do against good offenses like Ohio State. They controlled the time of possession, 33 minutes and 28 seconds to Ohio State's 26 minutes. I look at the box score and I say, Kyle McCord giving up those 2 picks. Those are game changers. Those are momentum changers. And you can't have that in the big game. And although it looked like I think the first quarter when he had that first pick, it looked like maybe he had shaken that off. Looked like maybe he was starting to get something going with Marvin Harrison and Egbuka. But Kyle McCord comes out of this game with 271 pass yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. And now if you're an Ohio State fan, not only are you questioning your head coach's future at that program, but you also, I think, question Kyle McCord as your quarterback. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is if you're Ohio State. And I don't know what you're going to do if you're Michigan. But Michigan's on their way to potentially playing for a national championship. You win against Iowa, yeah. If you win against Iowa, you're right there in the thick of the playoffs. You're right there heading to the national championship. J.J. McCarthy, 148 yards, 1 touchdown, 16 of 20. And he did what he needed to do. Donovan Edwards Blake Corum, neither of them rushed over 100 yards, but as the team collectively, 156 total rushing yards against an Ohio State defense that is vastly, vastly improved. So, from a spectator that's not a Michigan fan, not an Ohio State fan, I'm impressed. And the game never ceases to put out a good product. So, guys, I want to hear from you, and I want to hear what y'all's thoughts are. Whether you're an Ohio State or Michigan fan, or whether you're just a spectator, I want to hear from what you guys think about the game. What were your initial thoughts? And, yeah, does this put the sign stealing behind Michigan now? Because they're getting Jim Harbaugh back. And you bet they're coming back with the vengeance.